Major League Baseball is broken, a common phrase to run into ever since the Los Angeles Dodgers have so far, as of the recording of this video, spent over $1 billion on just two players. The 2023 offseason is one for the history books, with essentially just one team participating. In the span of just a few weeks, the Dodgers have given out the largest sports contract in North American history to Shohei Ohtani, and then very quickly offered the largest pitching contract in Major League history to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. In between those signings, they traded for Tyler Glasnow, who stepped up to be the Rays ace with Shane McClanahan down for Tommy John surgery. This is not new for the Dodgers. If you haven't been paying attention, they've been doing this for quite a while now, whether signing massive free agents or trading for other teams' star players. Arguably, this really all started in 2018 when the Dodgers traded for the Orioles' best player and perennial all-star Manny Machado. Next, with the COVID-shortened 2020 season, they traded for Mookie Betts, who was just a year removed from his MVP season and World Series win. They agreed to a massive 12-year, $365 million contract that year. The next year, they signed Trevor Bauer, right after winning the National League Cy Young Award, to a massive 3-year, $102 million contract, which made him the highest-paid player in baseball at the time. In the same year, the defending world champs traded for both Max Scherzer and Trey Turner from the Nationals. Scherzer, who was an All-Star that year and came in third for Cy Young voting, and Turner, who was also an All-Star that year and came in fifth for MVP voting. Next on the radar for the Dodgers was in 2022, just a year removed from his MVP season and coming off a World Series win, the Dodgers signed free agent Freddie Freeman away from his beloved Braves. This was arguably a steal of a contract for 6 years and $162 million. And here we are in 2023. They signed the best player in baseball, Shohei Ohtani, off the heels of his second MVP award to a massive $700 million 10-year contract. This contract came with some insane deferrals that are completely unprecedented. Ohtani is getting paid only $2 million per season for the next 10 years. This means $68 million of his yearly $70 million salary will be paid without interest after his contract is over from the years 2034 to 2043. With that being said, this allowed the Dodgers to go on a spending spree. The Angels' best is now a Dodger. Next, Japan's ace Yoshinobu Yamamoto signed a $325 million 12-year deal. This also included a $50 million signing bonus on top of the $50 million posting fee to his former team. And then they traded for the Rays' Tyler Glasnow, who signed an extension with the Dodgers for 5 years and $136.5 million, including a $10 million signing bonus. All of this within a span of 3 weeks. With an average payroll of over $200 million since 2013, the Dodgers have either been first or second in payroll, with the exception of the 2018 season coming in third overall, 2019 in fourth overall, and the 2023 season coming in fifth. This lull in spending last year should have been the greatest warning sign of what was to come this offseason. So what does that mean for baseball? Is it broken? Well, if you look a bit online or listen to fans of the 29 other teams, it feels like the general consensus is that it is broken and it's the Dodgers' fault. Now, the only protection in place for this is the luxury tax, also known as the competitive balance tax. This was put in place in 1997. It was an alternative to putting a salary cap to balance the playing field and punish teams with more money if they go over the threshold. In fact, during the 1994 strike-shortened season, this was a primary issue. Small market teams felt that they had no chance against the larger markets and wanted a salary cap. The larger market teams disagreed, and ultimately the compromise was the luxury tax. As it currently stands, if a team goes above a predetermined payroll threshold, they are taxed a percentage of every dollar over that threshold amount. The important bit is a portion of that taxed amount gets redistributed to teams that did not go over the limit. This was an effort to award teams for not going over and hopefully encouraging them to use that extra money to sign free agents or extend current players. With that being said, the next 3 years of the payroll threshold are $237 million for the year 2024, $241 million for 2025, and $244 million for 2026. After that, the collective bargaining agreement contract expires, and thanks to the Dodgers and the unprecedented deferrals of the Ohtani contract to avoid the luxury taxes and allowing the team to spend more present day, although completely allowed in the current agreement, I'm sure that will be brought up as something that needs changing in the future. Since 2003, the team with the most total tax has been the New York Yankees with a total of $384 million paid. They surpassed the payroll threshold 19 times during that span. The 9 other teams that have surpassed this in that span have been the Red Sox 11 times, the Dodgers 8 times, the Cubs 4 times, the Tigers 3 times, the Phillies did it 3 times from the 2021 to the 2023 season, the Giants 3 times from 2015 to 2017, the Nationals twice in 2017 and 18, the Astros once in 2020, and the Angels back in 2004. In that span of 20 years between those 10 teams, there's been a total of 13 World Series wins between 8 of them, but 7 of those 13 went to 2 teams, the Red Sox and the Giants. Now let's close the time frame a little bit more. If we look at the past 10 years, spending on free agents hasn't really correlated with World Series wins. With the exception of the 2018 Red Sox and the 2020 Dodgers, the top 3 teams in spending have not won a World Series in that time span. This doesn't mean that it doesn't correlate with regular season success, however. Since the Dodgers started their payroll spending spree in 2013, they haven't won less than 91 games since. This is including 4 100-win seasons in that span. Now, the argument can be made that they just won 106 games in 2021 and 111 games in 2022. They're already doing great. Isn't it a bit of an overreaction to go as far as they have this offseason? Well, that's for the court of public opinion. However, the Dodgers were thoroughly embarrassed by getting eliminated by the 89-win wildcard Padres 3-1 in the 2022 NLDS, and if things couldn't get worse, feeling that they have a better team and 111 wins in 2023, the first-year schedule change in which every team plays each other at least once during the regular season, they get swept by the 84-win wildcard Diamondbacks in the NLDS again. 100-win seasons and first-round playoff exits led to this moment. If we look at other big spenders like the Mets, Padres, and Yankees, they also haven't fared well in the postseason either. The word super team has been thrown around a lot lately in regards to the Dodgers, but lately it seems that the harder any team goes in signing the best players and spending the most money, the harder it fails. But let's look at this in perspective. In the Dodgers' $1 billion+ spree, Ohtani has been injured quite a bit, requiring multiple Tommy John surgeries since his debut in 2018. Yamamoto hasn't thrown a single pitch in Major League Baseball, and Glasnow, in his 8-year career in the majors, has thrown over 100 innings just twice, with 120 innings being the most he's thrown, which was just this past 2023 season. There are a ton of question marks leading into this season for them with even these high-profile signings. In fact, Fangraphs still has the Atlanta Braves as leading the majors in WAR, 3 points over the Dodgers. Without a salary cap or salary floor, the short answer is if you're a small market team, most likely you will not sign the big free agent, and the large market teams will just trade your homegrown stars away before they even reach free agency. This is the unfortunate truth of the current state of the game. Teams like the Dodgers have the money and the promise of a postseason berth, which is more than enough to get anybody to want to play for them. There's a lot to be frustrated about with most fan bases when it feels like all the news and the rumors, especially these past off seasons, are tied to teams like the Dodgers, Mets, Yankees, and Padres. The luxury tax only works when teams are afraid to go over it, but if you have teams that don't care and want to sign whomever to win, and that luxury tax money that's going to teams who refuse to spend, there's not a ton that can be done. But if there's any solace, if there's anything we can learn since the turn of the century, you may be able to buy regular season wins, but you can't simply buy a World Series. In fact, since 1995, teams winning 100 games or more lost their divisional series over 50% of the time. Even more, 10 100-win teams have gotten bounced from the divisional series in the last 3 seasons alone. There is a lot of pressure on the Dodgers to change the narrative of their first-round playoff exits. High spending and risky free agent signings. Will it work out in their favor this year? History shows that it probably won't, but that's why baseball is so special. You just never know what a new season will bring. Thanks for watching. Do you think baseball's broken? Will the Dodgers change their fortune around? Sound off in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Later.